Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we plunge into, well, really fascinating topics, armed with the best insights and research we can find to bring you a fresh and often, let's be honest, surprising perspective.
That's the goal.
Today we're navigating a subject that, frankly, often gets pushed into the shadows, or even worse, just completely ignored.
Despite being vital.
Absolutely. A vibrant, essential part of the human experience, really, across all ages. When you hear the words sexuality and aging together, what comes to mind?
For many people, it's probably silence or misconceptions.
Exactly. A quiet assumption of decline, maybe, a blank space, or just this collection of really deeply ingrained societal ideas that paint a picture of desire just fading away.
Look, it has an expiration date.
Right. But what if we told you that, far from dwindling, intimacy can actually deepen and become more profoundly rewarding, even more liberating in your 60s and beyond?
And that this isn't just, wishful thinking.
No, not at all. It's a rich reality, backed by personal experience and research.
That's what we're digging into today.
That's precisely what we're here to explore. Our deep dive today is into the fascinating and, frequently misunderstood topic of sexuality after the age of 60.
And we've got a great guide for this.
We do. Our expert guide through this often, let's say, uncharted territory, though it's incredibly fertile, is a truly compelling article from Aisha Tolga.
Her insights really challenge the conventional wisdom.
They really do. Boldly challenge it, offering a refreshing, empowering perspective that I think will genuinely shift how many of us view aging, desire, and, well, the whole tapestry of human connection.
It's quite powerful stuff.
So our mission for you, our listener, is clear. We're here to meticulously unpack those pervasive myths, the ones that have kept this topic shrouded in silence for too long.
And highlight the benefits.
Yes. Highlight the surprising and profound benefits of later life intimacy and reveal why this period of life might just be the most liberating for sexual expression and connection you'll ever experience.
Prepare for some aha moments.
Definitely. Moments that could completely reframe your understanding, not just of sexuality, but of the huge potential for joy and fulfillment that comes with every stage of life.
Yeah.
So let's jump right in.
Let's do it.
Okay, let's unpack this. The very first, and maybe the most stubborn myth we need to confront head on.
The big one.
It's the insidious idea that sexual interest just naturally wanes, decreases, or in the most, I think, damaging version, completely disappears with age. This is such a widespread belief, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's everywhere.
Many people, maybe even you listening right now, might have been led to believe that as we, accumulate years, our desire for intimacy naturally fades, or that sex somehow becomes less important, relegated only to the young.
As if it's just for certain age brackets.
It's this quiet assumption that just permeates our culture, often subtly reinforced by media, even just conversations around us.
Right. But Aisha Tolga's article just tackles this directly, right out of the gate.
With such clarity.
Yeah.
She states unequivocally that this idea of sexuality being only for younger, fitter individuals, well, it isn't some inherent biological truth.
Not at all. She argues it's a concept predominantly produced by the media.
Think about that.
Yeah.
It's not an internal decline. It's an external narrative, one that's been constructed and, pushed on us.
That reframing is powerful. It shifts the focus.
Immediately. Shift the blame maybe from our bodies and desires to the societal stories we've just been told over and over. And here's a direct, really liberating truth the article offers. Your sexual interest does not decrease.
That's the core message there.
The article emphatically stresses that even if society thinks so, that's simply not the reality.
Which is such a validating statement for so many people.
Absolutely. It validates the feelings, the experiences of countless individuals who might be questioning their own desires as they age, maybe feeling isolated or, abnormal for still wanting connection and intimacy.
It's a crucial first step in taking apart that myth. What's truly fascinating here, though, is just how deeply ingrained and pervasive this myth is in our collective consciousness.
It really is.
It often leaves people feeling isolated or even, like you said, abnormal for having desires that society basically tells them should have evaporated long ago.
Which raises a question, doesn't it?
It does. Why does society perpetuate this narrative?
Yeah.
It's likely multifaceted. Part of it might be tied to our culture's obsession with youth, where youth is equated with beauty, vitality.
And everything else is sort of ignored?
Pretty much. Ignored or devalued. There's also perhaps this unconscious discomfort, with the idea of older adults embracing pleasure and sensuality as if it somehow doesn't fit into our preconceived notions of what aging should look like.
Like it's unseemly or something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But the article just brilliantly dismantles this. It highlights that these feelings of desire are entirely normal, natural, and crucially enduring aspects of the human experience.
It's an affirmation?
It really is an affirmation that your internal experience is valid no matter what external messages you're getting.
Absolutely. And the article's liberating message doesn't stop at just, debunking. It goes further. It paints age as almost irrelevant, as a factor in your fundamental capacity for sexual expression.
Which is a huge shift in thinking.
It boldly declares you can be as sexual as you want, and this is not related to how old you are, your relationship status, or even the person you are with.
Wow, that's incredibly empowering.
Isn't it? It puts the power and agency squarely back into the individual's hands. It uncouples sexuality from arbitrary age markers or social expectations, or even if you have a specific partner or not.
It emphasizes desire as an internal experience.
Exactly. Not something dictated by outside circumstances.
Right.
And to really drive this point home, the article offers this beautiful analogy that I just absolutely love. It completely flips the script on conventional thinking.
The wine analogy.
Yes. Sexuality is like wine. Its quality increases with age.
It's a fantastic metaphor.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it's not just poetic, right? It carries profound meaning. What does it truly imply?
Depth. Richness.
Yeah, it suggests that later life intimacy isn't just about the raw ingredients, maybe, but about the depth, the richness, the nuance, the sophisticated understanding that perhaps wasn't there in earlier, maybe more frenetic or less self-aware stages of life.
More complex, more layered, like a good vintage.
Exactly like a fine vintage. We're talking about a greater appreciation for subtle pleasures, maybe, a deeper emotional connection, a comfort in one's own skin that allows for real vulnerability.
It's less about performance, more about presence.
Precisely. It's a wonderful way to reframe the entire concept. And it utterly dismisses the notion that there is no rule that you will give up on sexuality just because you have gray hair.
Such a simple, profound truth.
It just cuts through so much societal noise, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It allows us to envision a future where desire doesn't fade but actually evolves, deepens.
Exactly. And this isn't just, optimistic speculation or some feel-good sentiment. The article highlights that robust scientific research consistently confirms the longevity of desire.
Right. It mentions the research.
It states that many studies talk about the continuation of desire in later age, and it gets even more specific. It notes that it is entirely possible to remain sexually active until the ages of 70, 80, and frankly, well beyond that.
So this isn't an anomaly.
Not at all. It's a well-documented aspect of human experience that our popular culture often just chooses to overlook. These studies, they often track self-reported sexual activity, satisfaction, and they show this consistent desire for intimacy and connection across the entire lifespan.
Wow.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it profoundly suggests that human connection and desire, they aren't merely tied to reproductive capacity, which often defines intimacy earlier on.
Right. Or just youthful energy.
Exactly. Instead, they are fundamental, enduring aspects of our being, intrinsic to our overall well-being, our sense of vitality, throughout the entire lifespan.
So it challenges that reductionist idea.
Completely. The idea that our purpose for intimacy changes or diminishes once you pass a certain age, no. It evolves, it matures, it finds new, often richer expressions. The very fabric of human connection, the need to feel seen, loved, desired, it persists and adapts.
That's a powerful and, I think, a much-needed reality check. It's not just about debunking a myth. It's really about celebrating a profound reality.
A reality of sustained desire.
Sustained desire and activity that can last a lifetime. But, okay, so what does this continued activity actually do for you? Beyond simply existing, what are the tangible, measurable benefits? Because the article lays out some truly impressive findings there, too.
Yeah, it goes beyond just saying, it's okay.
Exactly. Moving beyond just the validation that it's normal or it exists, let's talk about the profound positive impact sexuality after 60 can have on your life. This isn't just about feeling good in the moment.
No, it's about significantly enhancing your entire quality of life.
In ways that might genuinely surprise you. The article lays out some truly impressive findings that really underscore just how vital intimacy remains as we age.
And one of the most striking points is that key statistic.
Oh, yeah. That statistic from Aisha Tolga's article really demands attention. It states, Sexuality increases the quality of life in later periods by up to 60%.
Up to 60%.
When you first hear a figure like that, it really makes you sit up and take notice, doesn't it?
Absolutely. It suggests intimacy isn't just some peripheral enjoyment, it's central.
A central pillar of well-being in later life.
That up to 60% figure is fascinating and incredibly significant. It's not a marginal gain, you know. It indicates a substantial, maybe even transformative improvement across various facets of life.
So not just one dimension.
No way. When we talk quality of life, this kind of increase suggests improvements in emotional satisfaction, physical comfort, mental sharpness, social engagement, the whole package. It challenges us to think of intimacy not as an optional extra, you know, a luxury for the young, but as a core component of healthy, vibrant aging.
The implications are huge.
Enormous. It suggests that neglecting this aspect of life isn't just missing out on pleasure, but potentially missing out on a dramatically enriched existence. A life lived more fully, more joyfully across the board. It's a holistic enhancement.
Affecting everything from daily mood to long-term health.
Precisely.
And this enrichment isn't just physical. It deeply touches your mental and psychological well-being. That's often a big concern as we age.
Definitely. The article makes this crystal clear.
It states that intimacy has very positive contributions to mental existence and feeling good psychologically. Think about the power of that. A direct link between intimacy and just a fundamental sense of self-worth, presence, overall contentment.
It speaks to that deep human need for connection beyond just the physical.
And if that wasn't compelling enough, the article highlights a specific, incredibly important benefit. It also has the effect of reducing depression.
Which is not a small thing.
Not at all. Especially later in life, when feelings of isolation, loneliness, maybe loss can sometimes creep in. The connection to mood regulation, emotional resilience, the sheer joy of connection is undeniable.
It's like a powerful natural antidote
to some of those psychological challenges that can come with aging.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it powerfully underscores the holistic nature of well-being, the physical act of intimacy, right? Plus the profound emotional connection and vulnerability it fosters.
These are things in the brain.
Exactly. A cascade of beneficial neurochemical responses. We're talking the brain releasing its own natural feel-good chemicals like endorphins, which act as natural pain relievers, mood elevators, or oxytocin, often called the love hormone, that fosters deep bonding, trust, feelings of calm.
So these aren't just abstract terms.
Not at all. They translate directly into tangible feelings. Calmer, happier, more secure, more connected. These neurochemical boosts, combined with the emotional support from a partner, are vital buffers against feelings of isolation, anxiety, or depression.
Providing a natural antidepressant effect.
A powerful one. It truly speaks to the intricate, beautiful interconnectedness of our minds and bodies.
It's incredible. Something so intrinsically pleasurable, so personal, can also be such a powerful tool for mental health, like a natural therapy. But the benefits extend even further into tangible physical health advantages, too. The article notes that sexuality after 60 improves cardiovascular features.
A direct benefit for your heart health.
Which is remarkable. Almost like a pleasant form of exercise, in a way.
It contributes.
And beyond just specific organ health, intimacy contributes to overall vitality, the article emphasizes. Sexuality keeps you physically and mentally vibrant in later ages.
It's an active ingredient in staying spry, agile, engaged.
Not just in your mind, but your entire physical being.
Right.
Maintaining that dynamic interaction with the world and your body.
Right.
But here's where it gets really interesting. Not just feeling better, not just being more vibrant, mentally sharp, but potentially living longer.
That's the big claim.
The article states. Many studies have shown that sexual life increases the number of years lived.
Wow. Connecting intimacy directly to longevity itself.
It shifts the conversation, doesn't it? From merely extending life to enriching the years we have while also potentially extending them.
This is definitely worth a deeper dive. It touches on that fundamental human desire for a long, healthy life.
So what are the mechanisms? How does that work?
Well, the potential mechanisms behind this connection to longevity are multifaceted. They work together. Firstly, regular physical activity, even the kind involved in intimacy, contributes to cardiovascular fitness.
Like moderate exercise.
Yeah, increases heart rate, improves blood circulation, helps keep blood vessels healthy, reduces risk of heart disease. Secondly, that significant stress reduction we just talked about.
Through the feel-good hormones.
Right. That lessens the burden of chronic stress, which we know contributes to inflammation and many age-related diseases, heart conditions, cognitive decline, you name it.
Okay, that makes sense.
Additionally, improved sleep quality, often a wonderful byproduct of a fulfilling intimate life, plays a critical role in cellular repair, hormone regulation, immune function, all essential for longevity.
Right, sleep is crucial.
And finally, perhaps most profoundly, the social and emotional connection fostered through intimacy combats loneliness and social isolation.
Which is a major health risk factor now.
A huge one. Loneliness is increasingly recognized by health organizations worldwide as a significant risk factor for premature mortality, comparable in impact to heavy smoking or obesity.
Wow.
So it's not just one thing, it's this powerful symphony of positive biological, psychological, and social effects that collectively contribute to a longer, healthier life.
Validating our need for connection as fundamental health.
As a fundamental health imperative, yes.
It truly sounds like a prescription for a better, longer life, one filled with more joy and connection. And the article frames this in such a beautiful, empowering way, too, moving beyond just health benefits to this concept of self-care and reward.
I love that part.
It states, this is like an exercise you do as a reward for yourself. It's necessary for you to take good care of yourself.
Integrating pleasure with essential well-being.
Beautifully, suggesting that nurturing your intimate life is a vital form of self-love, self-maintenance, and the empowerment aspect continues, resonating with that freedom often found later in life. At this age, you can reward yourself as you wish.
A declaration of autonomy.
Total autonomy and freedom, isn't it? The freedom to prioritize your own pleasure, your well-being, your desires, without external judgment, without needing permission.
Recognizing what makes you feel alive and vibrant.
Exactly. Honoring that.
This commentary connects directly to the profound importance of self-love and prioritizing one's own well-being, especially at a stage in life where societal norms might subtly suggest, you should be putting others first or your desires are less valid.
It challenges that guilt.
Actively challenges any internalized guilt or societal judgments about older adults pursuing pleasure or expressing their sexuality. Framing intimacy as necessary self-care is a powerful reframe.
Validating a human need.
And reinforcing personal autonomy. It's about saying, I deserve this, it's good for me, and it contributes significantly to my happiness and health. That mindset shift is critical.
So it's a profound win-win. Mind, body, spirit. Significantly enhancing quality of life across the board. But what makes this stage of life uniquely suited for a truly fulfilling sexual experience?
Right. What's different about it?
It turns out, later life offers some distinct advantages, things that just aren't present in earlier years, making it potentially even more liberating, more joyful. Let's explore those unique aspects next.
Because the article reveals a fascinating shift in life's priorities and freedoms.
Okay, so we firmly established intimacy after 60 is normal, desirable, and profoundly good for you mentally, physically, emotionally. But what makes it different? Perhaps even better after 60.
This is where it gets really interesting.
Aish Tolga's article points to some unique freedoms and insights that simply aren't available earlier. This is where the narrative shifts from just debunking myths to celebrating a whole new kind of flourishing.
Leveraging that accumulated wisdom and change.
Exactly. One of the most significant aspects is the profound freedom from those traditional constraints that often dominate younger adult life. Think about it. The empty nest.
A huge liberator for many.
The article highlights that couples in their 60s are no longer raising children.
Yeah.
This isn't a small thing. It frees up an immense amount of time, energy, emotional space.
Space previously dedicated to parenting.
Right. No more school runs, homework battles, navigating teenage angst, coordinating complex family schedules. The focus can genuinely shift back to the couple or the individual's own needs and desires, without guilt, without distraction.
Creating dedicated space for intimacy to reemerge.
And complementing this, career pressure often significantly diminishes or disappears altogether.
Retirement or reduced hours.
The article notes, the majority are retired or working very short hours. This means less daily stress, far greater mental bandwidth, not consumed by demanding work schedules or office politics.
And crucially, more availability.
Just sheer availability for intimacy and connection. It allows for a relaxed pace. Moments for connection aren't squeezed into the margins, but can be savored, extended, enjoyed spontaneously.
The urgency dissipates.
Making way for a more present, leisurely approach to life, including intimacy. And let's not forget the practical side, often a huge stressor earlier. Financial independence,
Money worries can kill intimacy.
for sure. The article points out that gaining financial independence and having a lot of free time allows us to enjoy our relationships. This newfound stability, freedom from financial worries, removes another huge layer of stress and anxiety.
Allowing focus on enjoying each other.
Exploring new interests together, traveling, or just being present in a way that wasn't possible when economic pressures were more acute. That peace of mind is profound.
So this raises an important question. How do these practical freedoms, more time, financial stability, emotional space, how do they actually translate into a richer, more relaxed, deeper approach to intimacy?
It's not just having more hours, is it?
No, it's the quality of those hours. It allows for spontaneity that was previously impossible, for longer, lingering moments of connection, not rushed by external demands.
Imagine that freedom. To explore, communicate openly.
Spend an entire afternoon just being intimate without a care in the world. It means intimacy can become a focused, central activity, not a hurried afterthought,
Fundamentally altering the relationship landscape.
making it much more fertile ground for intimacy to flourish, completely uninhibited.
And it's not just external pressures falling away. Internal anxieties often diminish too, leading to significantly reduced fears, enhanced enjoyment.
This is key.
The article explicitly states that in later life, there is less fear, and one big one, whether it's the absence of fear of getting pregnant,
Massive point. Eliminates a huge source of anxiety for many.
which can cast a shadow over sex for decades, right?
Yeah.
This allows for more uninhibited, carefree, purely pleasure-focused experiences. The stakes, in a way, are lower, making the joy potentially higher.
Absolutely. But it's not just pregnancy.
No, the article continues, or our fear about our bodies. This is so powerful and incredibly liberating for so many people.
Body image issues can be so persistent.
But the article suggests a growing self-confidence often comes with age. After our 60s, we feel confident about our bodies. We don't have any reservations.
That internalized self-consciousness, the comparison, it
Yeah.
softens.
It dissipates with the wisdom of age, perhaps. A greater acceptance of oneself, comfort in one's own skin, allows for much greater ease and authenticity in intimate moments.
Which leads to...
The beautiful result of all this diminished fears, increased self-acceptance, is that, as the article concludes, this leads to more enjoyment in sexuality and being happier in sexual life.
a profound shift.
Yeah.
From potential anxiety and self-doubt to genuine pleasure and contentment.
So think about it. Pressure off, self-consciousness lessened.
Yeah.
The fun, the genuine connection can truly begin.
Sounds like a formula for happier, more authentic sex.
Where the focus is entirely on mutual pleasure, emotional connection, uninhibited exploration, not performance, external validation, or anxiety about consequences.
A space of pure liberation. It truly is. This phase lets people shed those burdens of societal expectations, body image, reproductive roles, which cause so much anxiety earlier.
When those fears are removed,
Intimacy can become a space of pure exploration, curiosity, genuine connection, unmarred by those anxieties. This freedom fosters a deeper appreciation of one's own body and, crucially, of one's partner,
focusing on emotional resonance, shared sensations.
and a nuanced understanding of pleasure that might have been overshadowed before, leading to a much more profound, satisfying experience. It's about being fully present, authentic.
And finally, we come to maybe the most beautiful, enriching aspect, the wisdom and depth of experience that only comes with age.
This is where it really deepens.
The article argues compellingly, people in their 60s live relationships more beautifully and sex more beautifully, not just physical activity. It's about a profound understanding of life, love, connection.
Decades of living provide that.
And this isn't about trying to recapture some youthful fire like in your 20s. It's about a sustained vitality, a different kind of fire, warmer, steadier, more deeply satisfying, perhaps.
Though the article does touch on staying fit.
Right. It briefly mentions consulting a doctor if one aims for youthful days, physically. But the core message is really about current well-being and confidence, embracing the body you have now.
Being in your best shape helps, sure.
It notes that being in your best body, fit and in good shape, will offer you a healthy and happy sexual life, emphasizing self-care, health, confidence at any age. Physical well-being contributes to everything.
But the unique advantage is the emotional maturity.
Yes, that accumulation of emotional maturity finally honed relationship skills. The article beautifully states, people in their 60s are much more interesting than young people. They have been in many situations and know how to win love.
They've lived, learned, navigated complexities.
Meaning, they've accumulated a wealth of experience in understanding human nature, the nuances of connection, And maybe most importantly, understanding themselves.
This extends to a deep understanding of love itself.
By that age, they've experienced many loves and affections. This implies a far deeper grasp of relationship dynamics, emotional intimacy, what truly makes a connection last, thrive, deepen,
They know how to communicate, not just desires, but fears, needs, appreciation.
and how to listen with empathy. Appreciate the quiet moments, too.
And crucially, they've developed profound resilience and empathy, forged in life's crucible.
The article mentions tough stuff. Divorce, health problems, loss of family, death of close friends.
These experiences, though incredibly challenging, painful, they often forge a profound depth of character,
Heightened empathy, resilience.
which can greatly enrich intimate connections. They understand the preciousness of time, the importance of presence, the fragility of life.
Leading to a more profound, patient, truly present approach to intimacy, free from superficial concerns.
What's fascinating here is how life's entire journey challenges, triumphs, actually becomes an undeniable asset in intimacy.
Resilience, empathy, understanding life's complexities.
They translate into a far more profound, emotionally satisfying, genuinely connected sexual experience than in earlier years. Intimacy becomes more than just physical.
A combination of shared history.
Deep understanding, mutual appreciation, awareness of life's preciousness. This allows for a vulnerability, a depth of connection, simply unmatched by youth. It really is a testament to the idea that some things genuinely do get better with age.
Reaching a richer, more nuanced vintage. Like that wine.
Exactly.
It really seems life's lessons enhance our capacity for connection, making intimacy potentially more meaningful, profound, rich than ever before. So, knowing all this, that later life intimacy is normal, profoundly beneficial, uniquely liberating, what practical steps can you, our listener, take?
How do you fully embrace this amazing phase?
Let's dive into some actionable advice from Aisha Tolga's article, How to Make the Most of It.
Moving from understanding to action.
So what does all this incredible insight mean for you? How can you actively embrace this liberating aspect of later life? Truly make it your own, rather than letting outdated assumptions dictate things. Aisha Tolga offers some excellent, empowering advice.
Starting with agency.
Yes. The article's powerful opening advice for over 60s is a declaration of pure agency, personal choice, placing your autonomy right at the forefront. It says, quite definitively, if you don't want to be sexually active, don't be. But if you do, there's no reason not to be.
No mandate, no prescription.
Just a profound invitation to listen intently to your own desires. Reject external pressures, whether they're societal expectations to engage or to abstain. Your intimate life is yours to define.
And enjoy on your own terms. This advice truly encapsulates the core belief that knowledge is most valuable when understood and applied. It's fundamentally about personal autonomy.
Rejecting those external pressures we talked about.
Whether from societal norms, outdated beliefs, even internalized guilt, it empowers individuals to make choices that genuinely align with their own well-being and desires, free from judgment.
Trusting your own inner compass.
That foundation of self-determination is absolutely critical for a fulfilling, intimate life at any age, but especially when navigating these myths around later life sexuality.
And building on that crucial foundation, the article strongly advises nurturing the mind-body connection, actively challenging any perceived decline.
Don't buy into the decline narrative.
It tells us directly, don't think your sexual ability decreases after your 60s. This is crucial because our perceptions often shape our reality, right?
Self-fulfilling prophecy.
If you internalize the belief something's declining, it can become that. But if you challenge that thought, approach it with an open, positive mindset, you actively open yourself up to new possibilities, continued vitality.
So how do you do that? Stimulate both aspects.
Yes, the advice is stimulate your mind as you stimulate your body. Think about old sexual memories and engage in activities that make you feel adventurous.
Not just physical mechanics, engaging imagination, memory.
Cultivating a spirit of adventure in your intimate life. It's a holistic approach to maintaining desire and connection.
My take is it's about playful exploration.
Creating mental landscapes of desire, recalling moments of passion, actively seeking out experiences, new activities with a partner, or just new ways of approaching existing intimacy that keep that spark alive.
Being an active participant in your own pleasure.
Both physically and mentally.
This point profoundly highlights that sexual vitality isn't solely physical. It's deeply intertwined with our mental landscape, emotional well-being.
By actively engaging our minds.
Through recalling cherished past experiences, fantasizing, seeking out novel, adventurous activities, We keep those neural pathways for pleasure and desire active and responsive.
It's proactive and deeply personal.
Demonstrating our minds can be incredibly powerful allies in sustaining a rich, fulfilling sexual life, even as our bodies naturally change. Embracing the power of imagination and emotional connection.
Another incredibly powerful piece of advice from Ajay Tolga: embrace new experiences. Actively break free from routines.
Be open to new experiences.
It's so vital because familiarity, while comfortable, secure, it can sometimes lead to stagnation in intimacy, in any aspect of life.
Variety is the spice of life, as they say.
And that absolutely applies here. The article offers a very direct warning against this stagnation. As years pass, our sexual repertoire weakens because we only want to continue with methods that work for us.
If it ain't broke mentality, maybe?
Could be. But the advice is, break the cycle, apply different styles, and live your love as if it were fresh.
A powerful invitation to inject novelty, excitement.
Conscious effort. Seeing your relationship as a living, evolving entity that thrives on newness, curiosity, shared exploration.
Viewing the sexual journey as an ongoing adventure, keeping it dynamic, surprising.
This speaks profoundly to the idea that growth and learning shouldn't stop at any age, especially not in intimacy.
Applying curiosity, a willingness to experiment. It can truly revitalize things, prevent it from becoming predictable or mundane.
An ongoing exploration.
Keeping the relationship dynamic, exciting. This doesn't mean grand gestures necessarily. It can be simple things. New time of day, new location in the home, communicating a new desire.
Consciously choosing to invest.
In the freshness and joy of shared intimacy, rather than letting routine, or the perceived safety of routine, take over and diminish passion.
And here's where all that accumulated personal experience truly becomes a unique, powerful advantage. The power of self-knowledge.
Experience pays off.
The article wisely reminds us, remember that since you've reached a certain age, you know a lot about your own sexuality, what you like, what you don't like.
So sexuality can be very enjoyable, especially in later life.
This is where decades of living, personal discovery, understanding your own body and emotional landscape, it truly pays off.
You've had decades to understand yourself.
Your unique preferences, deepest desires, this deep self-knowledge, this intimate map of yourself can make communication with a partner and ultimately your personal satisfaction potentially far easier, more direct, more profound than earlier.
You're not guessing anymore.
You know yourself. And that allows for a level of authenticity, clarity that's incredibly liberating. Yeah, it's about having a conversation not just with your partner, but with yourself.
This is crucial for individual empowerment and deep satisfaction. In youth, self-discovery and intimacy is often trial and error, influenced by external pressures, desire to please, inexperience.
Right.
By later life, that journey has yielded a wealth of intimate knowledge about what truly brings you pleasure and connection. This self-awareness allows for more direct, honest, effective communication with a partner.
Articulating desires, boundaries, needs with clarity.
And confidence, leading to more tailored, deeply satisfying experiences. It profoundly shifts the focus from external validation or guesswork to authentic, self-directed pleasure and mutual understanding.
Experience becomes your greatest asset.
Truly.
Finally, the article emphasizes attitude is paramount, and it specifically addresses common concerns like menopause with this wonderfully positive, empowering spin.
Acknowledging the physical changes.
Yes. Of course your body goes through certain changes, but change your approach to sexuality with your attitude. A powerful reminder. Physical changes are natural, but our mindset, perspective, willingness to adapt, entirely within our control.
And can powerfully shape our intimate experience.
Menopause, often viewed as an ending or a challenge to intimacy. Here, it's reframed as a liberator.
How so?
Being in menopause does not affect your sexual life. In fact, the absence of pregnancy risk helps you not to worry.
Removing that layer of anxiety again.
Exactly, which has often influenced sex for decades, allowing for freer, more joyful, truly unburdened encounters, recognizing the new freedoms that come with physiological changes.
That's a great perspective shift.
And while acknowledging libido might naturally change, maybe not be as high as before, a common realistic observation.
It offers a pragmatic solution.
A beautiful one. It is a fact that your libido may not be as high as before, but make sure you and your partner spend a lot of time together. Do not let modern life and prejudices distract you.
A call to action to prioritize connection.
And intimacy. Not just frequency or intensity. It's about making a conscious effort to carve out quality time engage emotionally, actively protect that sacred space for connection.
From the noise of modern life and societal prejudices.
A profound commitment to each other and to your shared intimate life.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it's profoundly about reframing expectations.
Yeah.
Focusing on the quality of connection over quantitative measures like frequency or specific physical performance.
A mature, evolved approach.
It acknowledges life's natural changes, but actively chooses to prioritize emotional and physical closeness in a way that truly nourishes both partners. Critical thinking is absolutely essential here.
Navigating those personal narratives.
Ensuring we don't let outdated societal scripts or misconceptions dictate our personal experience or define what intimacy means for us. It's about adapting, evolving, maintaining that vital human connection.
Irrespective of what the numbers say about libido.
By consciously investing in the relationship's emotional and physical fabric.
Wow. What a truly illuminating deep dive we've had today. We've uncovered that sexuality after 60 isn't just normal. It's vibrant, profoundly beneficial, and can be spectacularly fulfilling.
Absolutely.
We've seen how Aisha Tolga's insights in her article powerfully challenge those deeply ingrained myths. Revealing this stage of life offers unique freedoms, accumulated wisdom, unparalleled opportunities for deeper connection and enjoyment.
And that potential 60% boost in well-being.
That staggering figure. It should make us all rethink our assumptions about aging, desire, and the enduring power of human intimacy.
Absolutely. Ultimately, this deep dive shows us age is far less a barrier, much more a filter, refining what truly matters in intimate relationships. Genuine connection, rich shared experience, mutual pleasure rooted in deep understanding.
It underscores there's always more to learn.
And that embracing multiple perspectives enriches our understanding, moves us away from simplistic narratives towards a more nuanced, empowering, joyful view of human sexuality across the entire lifespan.
Wisdom gained becomes an asset.
Not a hindrance,
Yeah.
deepening every aspect of connection.
So as we wrap up today, here's a final provocative thought for you, our listener, to ponder. Something to carry with you beyond this deep dive.
You won.
If sexuality in later life is indeed like that fine wine, improving with age, offering a more nuanced, confident, deeply satisfying experience than ever before, what new vintages might you be missing out on by adhering to outdated scripts and limiting beliefs?
Good question.
How might actively embracing this powerful truth not only profoundly enrich your own life, but also contribute to shifting the societal narrative for generations to come, creating a more open, accepting, and joyful conversation around intimacy and aging for everyone?
Food for thought, definitely.
Thank you for joining us on this deep dive into a topic that so clearly deserves more open and joyful conversation. We truly hope it sparked some new thoughts and perhaps inspired you to look at intimacy after 60 with fresh, appreciative eyes.
Until next time.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep diving deep.